My lineage is very simple Indian classical Hindustani traditional singers. They were all singers, Sanskrit Pandits, written epics, written Sanskrit hymns, and sang Drupad, Dhamar, played Pakhavaj, and used Tanpura only. Even not harmonium was there. So they were court musicians. At some point they were the priests of the Maharajas. They are basically from Kashmir and then UP, and 600 years ago they came to Bengal for doing all the activities under the Maharajas, Hindu priests, Brahmins. And then my grandparents and their grandparents, they started singing for the court. And my parents are singers from Gwalior and Patiala schooling. So at that environment when I was born, I saw them singing, practicing in the morning and in the evening. And at the age of 2, my mom gave me a lap steel Hawaiian guitar. So long time later, I found from my dad that a office colleague has given him this 6-string Hawaiian guitar before I was born. And my mom gave it to me. That's how the transit from the vocal to the instrumental has arrived. During my childhood, I have learned from great Hawaiian steel guitarist Rajat Nandi. And at the age of 5 and 6, I learned Western staff notation and the finger picking style and holding the bar with Hawaiian songs. And then I transformed that into Indian classical music performance. The technique I have adapted from that. I have put them into the playing deep Indian classical Hindustani music. Then I learned from a teacher of sitar, very popular in North Calcutta, Haradhan Rai Chaudhary. And literally I was sitting on his lap and eating my tiffin when he was teaching the classroom. That was the environment. And then he took me to Pandit Gokul Nag, the Acharya Gokul Nag, who is the father of Pandit Manilal Nag, the great sitarist. And they belong to Vishnupur schooling of music. And that was my school time. Then after Gokul Dadu's demise, I came in touch with Pandit Ajay Chakravarti, Padma Bhushan Pandit Ajay Chakravarti, from whom I have learned the singing style, singing, songs, ragas. And he was not only my guru, but also mentor and friend. And then he sent me to Pandit Brij Bhushan Kabra, the pioneer of Indian classical guitar, from 84-5 to 1992-93. And in 1993, I was invited by India Festival by ITC, and Ustad Zakir Hussain played with me in 2 concerts. One was in Harvard University, and one was in Ohio, Cincinnati, duet with Pandit Vijay Jog, violinist. And I remember those sweet moments. And then my guru, Brij Bhushan Kabra, sent me to Ustad Ali Akbar Khan in California in 1995. I found that this instrument, slide guitar, is basically worldwide, has been adapted in different cultures and has been modified. Not piano, not violin, not sitar, not sarod. They have a fixed feature and personality. So I started thinking of modifying my instrument to make more traditional, to play more traditional music and make a richer Indian tone, Indian voice. So it should not sound like Indian classical guitar on a Gibson Super 400 nasal tone, because that all the Western guitar has a particular nasal tone which is their culture. Like the Western mountain blues or folk singing, they have a particular nasal tone which they have put on their instrument too. But our tone is very open, like ah. There is a full breath comes out with the round omkar. So I wanted to have that on a slide guitar. Then started my research work, and then I have, at the age of 15, I made my first chaturangi, which was a round hole, a jumbo guitar with a slightly change of bracing underneath and adding 20 more strings, sympathetic strings and chikari strings. So from that chaturangi in 1978, I have done lot of research and lot of changes into it with a solid wood, different size and shape, different tonalities, soundscapes, blending different Indian tonalities like Rudravina, sitar, sarod, violin, voice into one instrument. Then finally, I got an instrument which is I am playing nowadays, this one. This is a hollow neck instrument. This is a hollow neck chaturangi. This has two rhythm strings in the front called chikari, played by the index finger, and then six main playing strings, two drone strings in the back to be played with the last, so it makes the octave sound, a nice drone, and then the resonating strings currently tuned in Dorian scale, Kafi. So this wonderful carving is being done by the craftsmen from the lineage of ivory carving families. Now ivory carving has become illegal, so we have incorporated them into making chaturangi crafting. The best part of this instrument is the deep tone, and it resonates much. The wood is spruce and its resonance is 1.5 second, so which is quite a long resonance as far as the quality of wood is concerned. And other part is its melodic gliding quality. So it actually holds the vocalism. That is why I have chosen slide guitar, because I can almost mimic everything we can sing. Da na na na. Da na 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 na. Everything gamakas, na, na. na gare za ni da pa da ni za re ga re re ma pa da ni da ni da pa ni da pa ma ga ma pa ma ga re ga ma ga re za re ga re sa ni za re za ma re pa ma da pa ni da sa da ni za re ga ma pa da ni da re ga ma pa da sa re ga ma pa pa ma ga re za ni da pa ma ga re za. You can play everything whatever you sing. That is the speciality of this instrument called Chaturangi. And I also have made some other instruments, 3 other instruments. One is called Gandharvi, which has unison strings. So you strike on, every time you strike on 2 strings. So 6 sets of unison strings called Gandharvi, which is the longest glide. And I have recorded that instrument in John G's recording, Floating Point. I played one song. Then I have made a small little slide ukulele, first ever in the world, which plays beautiful bhajan, but also it plays all the world music in improvisations, beautiful, deep and bright tone, 4-stringed, small little hollow neck slide guitar. That's Anandi. And recently I have done an instrument, first time a slide instrument with a hide on top. That is Pushpa Veena. It has the blend of many hide instruments like banjo, like rabab, like samishen, Japanese, like oud, like sarod, etc. In one instrument, it has many different blends of tonalities called Pushpa Veena. In 1984, I remember one of the great uncles had a turntable, and he brought from London a disc of a Mahavishnu orchestra. So we used to go to his house to listen all the discs of Western, Hawaiian music, Indian classical music of Bade Ghulam Ali Khan. Suddenly he brought this disc and played for me. That was 1984's Mahavishnu Orchestra recording. And that is how I came to know John G. and his sparkling, bright performance. There was, at that time, there was no internet, no video, no television. So audio was the only way to understand what the music and musical personality is. To gaze. And 84, 17 years later, I received a communication from John G and Zakir G, invited me to play for Remember Shakti in Mumbai, in Shanmukhanand Auditorium. That was my first actual visit of John G. I played with Zakir Ji before, but that was the first introduction to John G and U. Srinivas. Zakir Ji, Vikku Vinayakram, all were sitting, the glittering gold of Indian music and whatever you call. Since then, we have become friends, and I really was amazed. It was a mind-changing performance, and I have got a little tour with the band, performed in the festivals like Montreux Jazz Festival and Nice Jazz Festival, those kind of festivals. Then in Floating Point, John G invited me to record in one of his songs, and then 2013 John G played in my album Beyond the Raga Sphere, my composition, Mystical Morning, which was set in Rag Charukeshi 11-beat cycle. That is how we have become friends. During the pandemic, when younger musicians were leaving the profession, doing something which is not supposed to be done to survive, I started a series of online concert for helping younger musicians, Call of the Soul. John Ji endorsed that. 2 years ago, I have this recording in my hand. I wanted to release, and I asked John Ji that can I send some of my recording I want to release. I sent him the email. In couple of weeks, he sent me the message, this is a wonderful record. If you want me to help you, I would like to endorse this album. And then he named the album. He has written everything. And this album is releasing today, 24th January, all over the world. The Sound of the Soul. It has 4 tracks, recorded in studio, but in a live format. No editing, no overlay, no dubbing, no. So these 4 tracks, one is with a barrel drum pakhawaj. It's a temple music, very fast tempo, 10-beat cycle. And this is the composition. That's a track number 1. And then I played very meditative long alap in Rag Bageshwari. Bageshwari is the name of Ma Saraswati. Bageshwari, Bageshwari, Bag means the tongue. The uttering organ, the sounding organ is our tongue. So the deity who sits on our tongue and give us the power to talk or sing is Bageshwari. And so that has been played for 39 minutes, alap and composition in slow-paced Rupak Tal, and amazing tabla accompaniment by the legendary tabla maestro Pandit Swapan Chaudhary ji. And that session is amazing. I mean, I just forgot myself, what I am doing, where I am sitting, who is with me, everything. It was just like a nasha, you know. And so this album we dedicated to Ustad Ali Akbar Khan Sahab's centennial, and also John Ji's 80th birthday year is going on, and my 60th too. So 60, 80 and 100, all the gurus in front of me. And so that was, I played Bageshwari, and then we played a composition in Rag Pahadi, which is a mountain folk. Shapanji also accompanied in that. So that was basically The Sound of the Soul, and it is releasing today, and it is available from abstractlogix.com, right? And what else? And I played this instrument. All the compositions I played on this instrument.